2016, they repeated the same question that they asked in the previous year. You see, here export price index, import price index. Here, sorry, and the terms of trade. They did not even change the numbers. Okay. From this data, one possible conclusion. You just tell me, Lama. So we'll use our common sense now. Without, can someone give me the question number for the ones who join this in detail? Join this from the middle to go and check. Which question was this? 2011. Question number 40. So for the ones who are joining in the middle in the YouTube video, go and check 2011 question number 40. Same question was repeated. So you all know, Lamai, export price index, remember your TOT is your export price index divided by your import price index into 100. Now we'll do this with common sense. Export price index is falling 190, 80. TOT is falling even more. Okay, so maths knowledge has to kick in now. You have to know how can TOT fall even more. That is because your import prices are rising. Detailed explanation, go and check this question. Answer is number 2. Check. Remember that, no? What we did half an hour ago. Then Lamai go into 39. Which of the following is correct of a country that does not have an absolute advantage of producing any good or service? Okay, so one country, it doesn't have the absolute advantage in anything. It cannot have comparative advantage either. Is that correct? Just because you don't have the absolute advantage, that doesn't mean you can't have the comparative advantage. You can, no? So this is wrong. It will have the comparative advantage in the production of the good or service in which it has a lower opportunity cost. Is that correct? They don't have the absolute advantage, but if they have the lower opportunity cost of something, they might have the comparative advantage. They are saying something like that. Sounds right, no? Looks correct. We'll see. It will export raw materials, import finished goods. No nonsense like that. No country will want to trade with the country because it isn't effective. So absolute advantage, right? They don't have. But if they have a comparative advantage, some countries might trade with them. So no. International value of its currency will be fixed. No nonsense like that. So can be this, no? So even though they don't have absolute advantage, they will have the comparative advantage in whatever it has the lower opportunity cost. In certain questions that we did before also, certain countries don't have the absolute advantage for anything, but still they had the comparative advantage because they had the lower opportunity cost. Remember our India and Sri Lanka example. Okay, 39. Then Lamai 40. 41. I think 40 is from another unit. Can someone recheck quickly? 2016 40. I have skipped 40. Is 40 from unit number 10? I skipped question number 40. Unit number 10. Then we'll go to 41. Which of the following statements about comparative advantage is correct? Comparative advantage is based solely on the differences in climate. Is it solely based on the difference in climate? Is that like the only reason why you have a comparative? No. It's based on so many factors. Climate is one factor. So you can't say solely based on difference in climate. Wrong. Because there in a mock exam paper also. Comparative advantage is based solely on the differences in factor endowment. No. Factor endowment is also one reason. Now, India has a lot of labor, China has a lot of labor. That's one reason why you can't say solely based on. So, solely based on means that's the only reason for this. No. To have a comparative advantage, a country must also have the absolute advantage. No. When without having absolute, you can have comparative. No problem. A country with a rising price level will lose any existing comparative advantage. Looks okay. If the prices go up, you might lose comparative advantage. A comparative advantage for certain products may be created by prudential policies of the government. Both looks somewhat correct. Remember the explanation I gave in the mock exam class. Which one is the most correct? Which one is the most correct, Lama? 4 and 5 both look somewhat correct. So, Lamai, most correct is number 5. Then why is 4 wrong? Country with a rising price level will lose any existing comparative advantage. Now see, that is like they are saying definitely will lose kind of thing, right? So usually, Lama, if the prices go up, you might lose your competitive, correct? But maybe if prices go up, and maybe now, let's say for example, Sri Lankan tea. Sri Lankan tea, even if the price go up, since we have a very strong brand name for tea, people will still buy our tea. We will still have the competitive advantage. See, so it doesn't always happen. So this 4 looks correct, but not always. Now here see how they have worded number 5. Comparative advantage of certain products may be created. They are not saying always will be created. No. May be created by prudential policies of the government. So what are these policies, Lama? Now, for example, our Sri Lankan government gives subsidies for our garment industry, like MAS, Brandix, because they are exporters. To reduce their cost and all, our government gives them subsidies. So those are policies, government policies. So certain government policies, Lamai, can help with getting a comparative advantage. That's that. Yes, that's also a source. Yes, they're asking for the sources, Lama. Okay. So maybe now remember, Lama, it will not always be created. So now see, if they say comparative advantage for certain products will be created by prudential, can be wrong because it might not always be created. Let's see the way they have worded the question. Maybe, correct. So maybe because of government policies, they can have a comparative advantage. But if they say solely based on this thing, definitely based on this thing, no. Okay. Is that fine, Lamai? 41. Answer 5. Yep. Right. That's it with 20. 60. It's always, not always. Yes. How did you all do that so far? There were 3 questions. 3 out of 3. 38 was repeated. 39 was theory. 41 was okay. Right. So we take a quick 5-minute break just to walk around and come if you all want to. We'll finish by 9:30. I think we can. We'll take a break for 5 minutes and then come back for 27. Take a break. 5 minutes, 8:50.